Okay, welcome back to another vlog. Audio might suck a little bit because we got a lot of helicopters flying around here, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, basically we hiked up to the top of this mountain trail to view like Fagragdisgal volcano, however that's pronounced, and we were by ourselves. Then all of a sudden, like a helicopter, then another helicopter. Then basically
we had four
helicopters were all just sitting and hovering above us. So
anyway, here we are. We just kind of want to resume where we had left off, and where we had left off was leaving Husavik.
Okay, so after Husavik, we headed to Akureyri, or however that's pronounced. Sorry, we need to work on our Icelandic pronunciation. But it was a nice drive again. More waterfalls.
And sheep. Lots of sheep.
Lots of sheep. And when we made it to Akureyri, we actually saw the cruise ship that we were supposed to have been on originally this week. So it was funny that we saw it, and they were just pulling out right about the time we got into town. On the next day, we headed out of town, and we went over this mountain pass early on, and it was really foggy.
It was probably the foggiest condition I've ever driven in, and it was terrifying. It's like I can't even see the sides of the road. It's really dark.
The autopilot has disabled itself a couple times already today. Just doesn't like the fog.
Multiple cameras blocked now.
Yeah, very low visibility. Luckily, there's not a lot of traffic since it was earlier in the morning. But we made it, and it was funny because we were even driving through and looking on the Google Maps in the car, and it showed
was also foggy.
It's all foggy. So it must be like that a lot. But we made it fine. After we made it through the fog, we saw this really tall waterfall. It was like 400 feet or 130 something meters. Really nice view. Saw some sheep.
More sheep. That's kind of been the theme of this trip.
Yeah.
So then we actually went on a little detour to go further up north to see a lighthouse. Now, we really kind of wanted to drone this because it could have made for some awesome shots. But sticking with how everything else has been going, it was rainy and very, very, very windy. Yeah.
Then after that, we headed back down south, and we went to like the largest supercharger in Iceland, which is an 8-stall pull-in,
very
V3. Ramp up a little bit here. But cool thing, this is V3. It was the fastest supercharger that we've been to, fastest of any charging that we've been to since we've been in Iceland, because we hit like 247 kilowatts. Yeah. So much better than the on-network, which, you know, they're slow, but at least they're located where you can use them.
Exactly, and they're much more popular.
It'll be nice. We stopped at a couple other places along the way, so Tesla will be adding at least 3 new superchargers hopefully later this year, which will make it a lot easier. Might not need to use those slower on-network chargers, but the good thing is they're available for now.
Next up, we went and saw 2 shipwrecks, one of which the ship is still actually kind of on the beach. It was very close to the road, though. It seems like they easily could move that.
Yeah, because they could either bring in a crane or something, lift it up, or it was that close to the road. But
yeah,
anyways,
and then the next one was on like a black pebble beach.
That was cool.
And that one was in pieces everywhere. But we're just kind of walking around. You can see a lot of debris behind us. That's actually from an old shipwreck. You can kind of see some over there. Really old shipwreck. But we're just kind of hanging out. This is I don't know. Black pebble beach.
Pretty cool.
Not really a sand, but everything is like super smooth. So that's kind of cool. But check out this view.
Yeah, there wasn't really much of the ship left. There's some bunches of pieces of metal, rusted out metal everywhere. Kept looking for the ship, but I guess it's gone. But it was a cool beach though, just because, like Eric said, it was a black pebble beach, and just as you're walking on the beach, sometimes it would be really big pebbles, and then smaller ones, and it got kind of like gravel, then sand, then back to pebbles. So it was cool just to see all the different textures, and they're all like the same color.
Yeah, but that was actually where we decided it is time for shorts.
So we were in like a national park too, where we were on the western, like a peninsula on the western part of Iceland.
Yep. We found this little water here. He's gonna tell us how cold it is. Cold, okay.
After that, we left and
came back to Reykjavik.
came back to Reykjavik, and then we stopped at our 4th Supercharger. So there's only 5, and we've stopped at 4 of them so far. And that was a Supercharger, another in-one gas station. It was an older one. It was only like V2, so it didn't charge as fast. And there were actually 2 white Model 3s there. So when we first plugged in, we were only getting like 50 kilowatts, so it was pretty slow. Luckily, one of the other cars left pretty quickly, and we moved over, and we were able to jump up to over 120 just like that. And then after that, I guess we went to the hotel.
Went to the hotel, got a Domino's pizza. But that basically brings us here to the volcano, which will be our next vlog. So I guess we will see you all later.